Picture this. You wake up, grab your coffee, and instead of honking cars or neighbors mowing their lawns at 7 a.m., you've got glassy blue water stretching out in front of you. Ducks paddling by, or maybe a kayaker who looks way too energetic for 6 in the morning. And the best part? Your biggest decision of the day is whether to fish from the dock or the canoe. Sounds like a fantasy reserved for lottery winners and trust fund babies, right? Wrong. Here's the kicker. While everyone's fighting over overpriced shoebox apartments in cities where a parking spot costs more than your first car, lake towns are sitting there like hidden gems. But not all lake towns are created equal. Some are affordable havens with small town charm that'll make you forget why you ever loved city life. Others have secrets buried deeper than that time capsule you made in 3rd grade. Think mobster hideouts, Olympic legends, and yes, actual sunken submarines. So today, we're diving into the best lake towns to live in across the US in 2025. Stick around, because one of these places might just steal your heart or your wallet, in a good way. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll be Googling how to become a lake person faster than you can say waterfront property. Wait, before the first one. If you're into traveling, nothing ruins a carefully planned trip faster than sitting in an airport for 12 hours with no compensation. That's why it helps to know services like AirHelp, which fights to get you compensation when airlines mess up. I'll leave a link in the description. I'll post the discount code later in the video. Let's get started. 1. Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Affordability and cost of living. Coeur d'Alene isn't dirt cheap, but compared to coastal cities, you're saving thousands. Median home prices hover around $520,000, but cabins outside town go for less. Groceries and healthcare run about 5 to 7% below the national average. Why it's awesome? The lake itself is jaw-dropping. Think sapphire blue water, mountain backdrops, and sunsets that make you forget your phone exists. The downtown area feels like a Norman Rockwell painting, but with craft breweries and Wi-Fi. Intriguing tidbit. Local legends say mobster Bugsy Siegel used the area as a getaway in the 1940s, and some believe cash from his casino empire is still buried in the surrounding woods. Metal detector sales suspiciously spike here every summer. Way of life. Active and outdoorsy. Hiking, fishing, kayaking, and in winter you're not far from skiing. Plus, the town has just enough nightlife to keep things interesting without requiring bail money. Have you heard about the Wisconsin lake town where Chicago's elite built secret tunnels? Here's the next one. 2. Lake Geneva, Wisconsin. Affordability. Median home price around $450,000, but plenty of vacation rentals if you're not ready to commit. Cost of living is close to national average, though the urge to buy lake-themed everything might inflate your decorating budget. Why it's awesome? This place was basically the Hamptons of Chicago back in the day. Wealthy families built mansions here, but regular folks get to enjoy the same lakefront views without the attitude. It's like crashing a fancy party, but everyone's invited. Intriguing tidbit. Some say Al Capone used the area to hide out during Prohibition. Rumors suggest tunnels under old mansions still exist. And locals swear they've seen mysterious figures walking the shoreline at midnight. Urban explorers, this one's for you. Way of life. Summer festivals, boat tours, and in winter the famous US Snow Sculpting Championship. Locals say you'll never be bored here, unless you hate fun, fresh air, and stories that start with, "So there I was, in Al Capone's tunnel." Speaking of famous figures, you won't believe which baseball legend used to sneak away to soak in the next location hot springs after games. 3. Hot Springs, Arkansas, Lake Hamilton and Lake Washita. Affordability. Cabins and smaller homes can still be found under $300,000. Groceries and healthcare are about 10% below national average. Your biggest expense might be the spa treatments, which, let's be honest, you'll need after moving all your stuff. Why it's awesome. 2 lakes plus historic bathhouses where you can literally soak in natural hot springs. It's like having a spa day every day, except the water comes straight from Mother Earth and costs way less than those fancy city places. Intriguing tidbit. Babe Ruth once played baseball here in the early 1900s during spring training, supposedly sneaking off to the baths after games. Legend has it he loved the springs so much, he hid a signed bat somewhere in the area. Antique hunters, start your engines. Way of life. It's laid back, with a mix of retirees, young families, and outdoor adventurers. Fishing tournaments keep weekends lively. And the natural hot springs make winter tolerable for even the most dedicated sun worshippers. But if you think hot springs are wild, wait until you hear the next one, about the lake so deep it once hid military submarines. 4. Sandpoint, Idaho, Lake Pend Oreille. Affordability. Around $450,000 for homes, but affordable cabins at the lakeshore. Plus, the lack of traffic means your car will last forever. Unless you drive it into the lake while gawking at the scenery. Why it's awesome. Lake Pend Oreille is one of the deepest lakes in the US. Locals joke it could swallow the Empire State Building whole and still have room for the Statue of Liberty's head. The views are so stunning, people forget to drive and just pull over to stare. Intriguing tidbit. During World War II, the Navy tested submarines here. Some still believe there are lost submarines resting at the bottom. Scuba diving tours mysteriously avoid certain areas, which definitely doesn't fuel conspiracy theories at all. Way of life. Quirky and artsy, with a strong music and cultural scene for such a small town. Farmers markets, concerts, and tons of skiing in winter. It's like living in a postcard, but with better coffee shops and stranger stories. From submarines to bridges, our next town literally moved a piece of London across the ocean. 5. Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Affordability. Median home price around $380,000. Living costs are lower than most lake towns, though your air conditioning bill might make you question life choices during summer. Why it's awesome. It's desert meets lake, with 300+ days of sunshine. Imagine waking up to a lake view surrounded by red rocks and cacti. It's like Mars, but with better swimming. Intriguing tidbit. The actual London Bridge was dismantled and shipped here in the 1960s. Yes, the bridge from the nursery rhyme. It still stands over the lake today. The story of how it got here involves a wealthy oilman, a misunderstanding, and possibly the best real estate marketing scheme in history. Way of life. It's a party spot in spring but a calm family-friendly community year-round. Retirees, snowbirds, and younger remote workers all mix here. Just don't mention the London Bridge unless you have an hour to spare for the whole story. From imported bridges to Olympic glory, our next town hosted a miracle that changed sports history. Viewer check-in. Did you already made a pick? Let us know in the comments, we'd be happy to hear about it. Don't forget to hype and like this video if you're happy with it, so YouTube's algorithm doesn't ghost us like a bad Tinder date. We are just getting warmed up. The most juicy and surprising places are about to come, let's continue. 6. Lake Placid, New York. Affordability. Median home price around $370,000, though lakefront properties can soar. The trade-off is living somewhere with genuine historical significance and bragging rights that last forever. Why it's awesome. Hosted the Winter Olympics twice. It's a sports town with serious charm and enough athletic energy to make you feel guilty about skipping the gym. The mountain air doesn't hurt either. Visitors report feeling inexplicably patriotic and suddenly craving apple pie while touring the facility. Way of life. Skiing in winter, kayaking in summer, and cozy cabins all year. Plus, the small town vibe keeps it authentic while the Olympic legacy adds just enough glamour to impress your friends. From Olympic ice to cherry orchards, our next town celebrates fruit with the enthusiasm most places reserve for winning sports teams. 7. Traverse City, Michigan, Grand Traverse Bay. Affordability. Around $400,000 for homes, though lakefront properties are pricier. The good news is your summer grocery bill drops to zero if you befriend local cherry farmers. Why it's awesome? It's the cherry capital of the world. Yes, they even have a national cherry festival with pit spitting contests. It's like a Norman Rockwell painting decided to throw a party and invite everyone. Intriguing tidbit. Local ghost stories say some of the old cherry orchards are haunted by farmers who, well, got too attached to their crops. Night shift workers swear they've seen figures tending to trees in the moonlight, still perfecting their harvests in the afterlife. Way of life. Summers are buzzing with tourists, wineries, and festivals, but winters are quieter and cozy. Locals say you get the best of both worlds, assuming you like cherries, wine, and the occasional ghost story. If you think cherry farmers are dedicated, wait until you hear about the bootleggers who turned an entire lake into their personal highway. 8. Osage Beach, Missouri, Lake of the Ozarks. Affordability. Median home price is about $300,000. Vacation rentals and cabins are abundant, though summer party boat rentals might strain your budget and your liver. Why it's awesome. This lake has more shoreline than California's entire coastline. Wrap your head around that. It's like nature decided to get really creative with a crayon and just kept drawing squiggly lines. Intriguing tidbit. During Prohibition, bootleggers used hidden coves to run moonshine. Some locals still swear you can find old stashes buried in the woods. Metal detector enthusiasts have turned treasure hunting into a competitive sport here. Way of life. Party central in summer, laid-back fishing town in winter. Locals say you either love the chaos or hide until Labor Day. Fair warning. The lake transforms from peaceful paradise to spring break headquarters faster than you can say, boat ramp. From hidden moonshine to hidden gold, our next mountain lake town comes with its own treasure map legends. 9. Big Bear Lake, California. Affordability. Higher at around $500,000 for homes, but still cheaper than coastal California. Consider it a bargain compared to buying a closet-sized apartment in San Francisco. Why it's awesome. You get a mountain lake that feels like a postcard. Ski in winter, swim in summer, and pretend you're in a Hallmark movie year-round. The pine trees and mountain air make everything feel magical. Intriguing tidbit. Rumors persist that a gold stash from the 1800s California gold rush is still hidden in the mountains around Big Bear. Hikers regularly find old mining equipment, fueling dreams of striking it rich while getting exercise. Way of life. Outdoorsy and adventurous. Locals say if you're bored here, it's your own fault. Between skiing, hiking, fishing, and treasure hunting, your biggest problem will be fitting everything into your schedule. And finally, if you think gold hunters are persistent, wait until you meet the people searching for lake monsters. 10. Flathead Lake, Montana, Polson and Big Fork. Affordability. Homes start around $450,000, cabins a bit less. Cost of living is slightly under the national average, though binocular sales mysteriously spike in summer. Why it's awesome. It's one of the cleanest freshwater lakes in the world. Crystal clear water so pure you can see the bottom, which might explain why monster spotters never give up hope. Intriguing tidbit. Locals whisper about the Flathead Lake Monster, a serpent-like creature spotted since the 1800s. Tourism boards don't officially endorse monster hunting, but they don't discourage it either. Boat rental businesses do surprisingly well. Way of life. Quiet, picturesque, and perfect for those who want peace with a splash of mystery. Morning coffee comes with lake views and the possibility of making cryptozoology history. Wait, don't forget about the headaches that can come with airports. Flight delays, cancellations, even lost connections can mess things up fast. That's why I recommend checking out Airhill. They specialize in helping travelers, including retirees, get compensation when airlines drop the ball. It's one of those things you hope you never need, but when you do, it can save you a lot of stress and money. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested. Use code AHTP09 to get 9% off on all plans. So there you have it, 10 US lake towns in 2025 where life feels calmer, cheaper, and a little more magical. The question is, which of these towns intrigued you the most? And considering to move there? Don't forget to drop your comments. Click on these next video if you want more related topics. If you think this video is golden, you know what to do, like and subscribe. Watch out for the lake monsters. Thanks for watching.